Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Manan Sagar, Global Head of Insurance at Genesys. Manan, thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Thank you very much, Charlie. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Well, it's great to have you, as I said, and I'm very excited to talk today about Genesys's vertical specific CCaaS strategy. I always struggle with that plural. And we're also going to be taking a deep dive on insurance specifically. But maybe to get us started, could you maybe tell me first a little bit about that sector specific strategy that Genesys takes to deliver kind of more customized CCaaS platforms?
Absolutely. I think the most important thing is to look at the Genesis CX platform as the experience layer, and what, more importantly, that experience layer can do to deliver the key business outcomes from a sector perspective. Specifically in insurance, which has traditionally been a sector which has been slow to adopt technology changes, it becomes extremely essential to have a platform which can deliver a lot of that innovation in the ability for the insurance sector to adopt to it, to help to accept those changes in bite-sized chunks, and not have it all at once. So what I mean by all of that is, in the past, insurance sector has relied on point solutions to deliver key outcomes. However, with the Genesis CX platform, it can deliver all of that in one all-in-one platform, and start to look at the key outcomes they're looking to drive. And that's really the entire thinking and rationale behind the sector strategy which Genesis has adopted. And specifically from an insurance perspective, it is about delivering those key outcomes and being a partner in transformation when it comes to the insurance sector.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Kind of some background information that you've given us, and as you kind of mentioned there, kind of with insurance, you do lead Genesys's efforts to help insurers best utilize their CCaaS platform, and to kind of help them overcome the challenges that they face in their market. Could you maybe kind of tell us about some of those challenges and give us some background into kind of the insurance market as it stands today?
Absolutely. So I think the starting point is, if you look at the insurance ecosystem and the challenges which are currently being faced, I would sort of categorize them into the challenges associated with delivering an improved cost ratio for our insurers. So how do they effectively become more efficient in running those businesses, especially at a time when combined ratios for a lot of the property and casualty insurers are at an all-time high? So how do you effectively make your business more efficient? And that efficiency gain is quite critical across most of those insurance businesses. And then the second part is, how do you then start to look at the experience which insurance businesses are offering to their customers? Because more and more customers are expecting the same kind of experience they get from their bank or from their online retailer, from the insurance businesses as well. And there's quite a significant gap. So how do you start to bridge that gap in expectation when it comes to what our insurance businesses are delivering to their customers? And third, last but not the least, it's about that employee experience, because there is a significant churn which insurers face from their employees wanting to move roles, because it is either too stressful, or the environment which they are working on, the technology estate which they are working on, is so disjointed and so archaic that they prefer not to be there. So how do you effectively solve for the problem of the mass exodus which a number of the insurance businesses are facing, and the high churn rate which they are having? So again, that employee experience becomes critical in providing the appropriate experience, which can then help with retaining their employees, not just retaining their customers. And in many instances, a happy employee experience results in a happy customer experience. So how do you bring the employee experience and customer experience journeys together? So I think it's about helping insurance businesses to work through those three challenges, again, by helping them understand the technology solutions which are available for them to deliver those three key outcomes.
Yeah, I think those three challenges that you mentioned there are obviously critical, and it's interesting how you're talking about how kind of Genesis is also kind of educating as well as kind of putting giving solutions around how they can help to overcome those, and it's also doing so with the assistance of delivery partners such as Verizon as a good example. Can you maybe give me some more insight into how you're helping to overcome those three challenges and drive kind of real benefits to businesses through Genesys's innovation?
Absolutely. I think I'll sort of answer the questions in two parts. One, how do we effectively start to benchmark and look at the business challenges as at the start of the process, and then how do we effectively help deliver those business challenges as part of an ecosystem of partners like Verizon, who are extremely essential in delivering those outcomes for our customers. So the first part is really to anchor to what is essential for our insurance customers. And as I mentioned, if you start with the challenges associated with driving efficiency in their businesses or driving improved customer experience or employee experience, we start to look at from a business case perspective how we can deliver those that efficiency for our insurance customers, and we look at how the technology which we have, the platform, the Genesis platform, and the all-in-one solution can help deliver some of those improved efficiencies for our insurance customers. And while it's doing that, how can then we use digital deflection to move the customer, the customer of the insurance customer across from the expensive voice channel across to the much more cheaper digital channel? So how can we deflect that journey more? And what that really requires is to have an end-to-end understanding of the entire journey from a customer perspective. So why is a customer moving from the online channel across to a chat channel, across to the voice channel, and helping them understand and unpick the reasons and the rationales behind that, so that there can be some kind of limitation or containment within the channels, and then you only have the channels of choice for the customer when they want to move into a particular channel because they are so choosing to, not because they don't have a choice of ending the or getting the appropriate help they need in the channel which they first started off at. So that's extremely essential. And I think the second point associated with that is from an employee experience perspective, when the call does come across or the chat does come across to the employee, they have full context of where the customer has previously been, so that it enables them to provide the appropriate responses to the customer and provide the appropriate help, which then improves the satisfaction from the customer, and it improves the satisfaction for the employee. So that's really the most important part. And what we've been doing is showcasing and being part of that from the business case of why a platform is essential, through to the outcomes which can be delivered in terms of reducing cost to claim or reducing cost to administer, as well as helping them deliver a certain amount of digital deflection, which is becoming more and more key across to most of our insurance carriers and brokers and agents. And then the second part to that, as I mentioned, was how do we deliver these along with our ecosystem of partners? And this is where a Verizon becomes really, really important, because uh, the platform is a piece of technology, but the real magic happens when that technology delivers those outcomes. And it's partners like Verizon who help our customers to really deliver those outcomes by using all the features and functionalities of the platform to deliver the superlative outcomes for our customers. And that is the partnership which is extremely essential to drive real transformation in insurance.
Hmm. Yeah, I think there's lots of really good stuff there, and it's an interesting final point to close on, because it helps kind of customers to see real value within a lot of the portfolio that you kind of alluded to, such as the journey orchestration tools, the conversational intelligence, the channel shift and deflection technologies, all which that Genesis has. And it's, I think, yeah, lots of really great stuff. And we've both contributed to an article on this topic for CX Today, which I'll put in the description box below for anybody who wants to dive deeper. But for now, I think it's always great to speak to you, Manan. Always learn so much myself. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Charlie.
Excellent. And also thank you to everybody for watching. Bye for now.